12:40 a.m. WSBC. Welcome back, folks, to another week of the Hooley's Houli Radio Hour. This show is presented to you by Fox's Pizza out in Mokina and Orland Park, Illinois. Finest thin crust pizza on the south side or south suburbs of Chicagoland. Flood Brothers Disposal. Got a garbage problem? Call the Floods. Yep. Call Bob Flood, our buddy Bobby.
Yep.
He'll help you out. Flood Brothers Disposal. Finest garbage people in the game. Everybody on this show, the best.
Yep.
The best.
Yep.
Just like Trump, the best.
Yep.
Madden Funds. If you have any money, whoo, Bobby. Mega Millions is getting close to that $1 billion mark again.
So is the Powerball.
If you hit it, you got to call Mike or Dan Madden at Madden Funds, and they'll put it to safe and good use for you.
Yep.
And Guinness Irish Stout. Guinness is good for you. My name is Paddy Houlihan. I'll be your host all hour. Joining me, as always, to my left, twin brother Billy.
What's happening? It's good to be here.
We're missing Clay. He's going to be back. The greatest person in the world, listeners, viewers. He'll be back soon. His name's Clay.
Yeah. He's job training.
He's job training. He got a new gig. He'll tell us all about it when he returns. How was your St. Patrick's Day? You were very stressed the entire month.
I'm so glad it's over. So glad. I don't think I can remember a St. Patrick's Day or an event like this in the past 20 years for me where I've been like, yes, thank you.
Really? You feel that relieved by it?
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I don't know if I was if I let it get into my head, or actually it was, but
because of what you do for a living,
and
selling booze.
Yeah, and one of my brands. I mean, you got to start planning for it in early January if you're going to have a successful St. Patrick's Day. I think it was. We all think it went well. It was exhausting. I was all over the city. I did do. I didn't go to the downtown parade, but I was down there evangelizing my brand that day. With,
marching.
Yeah, I mean, going from bar to bar on our little pub crawl, supporting our customers.
Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad that you feel refreshed. Was there any memorable moment that you can look back on and puts in kind of an asterisk on this year's St. Patrick's Day?
You mean like that helped me beam with pride, or helped me be just incredibly happy that it was all over?
Well, I feel as you grow older, you aggregate stories about St. Patrick's Day, and typically you want to be able to gather one every couple of years. Nothing
like a good one, like something funny and crazy.
Something funny that happened, something crazy that happened. You're older now, though. See, I don't even drink anymore. I didn't even do anything for St. Patrick's Day. Nothing. Quiet day.
I did see. There was a. We were at one bar where there were like all these college of age kids, probably in their early 20s, and I don't remember
college of age.
Yeah,
I like that.
I don't know if they were
officer
all
is college of age kids over there.
They must have had IDs, but there were like 4 girls in the corner, and kids are. I feel sorry that you have a daughter that you're gonna have to go through this kind of stuff. But there's like these girls, and they practically pulled down their pants like halfway.
All right.
And they were, letting guys put, stickers, shamrock stickers on their butt.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you were going to say something even more.
Oh man, like if I was that girl's dad, I'd take a flamethrower to the place. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
But I remember seeing.
Honey, don't let those boys put those shamrock stickers on your butt. What you doing?
But I do remember seeing that and being like, oh man, and it also made me feel really old too.
Yeah. But you couldn't take your eyes off of it.
No, everybody saw it. You were like, what? Okay, all right, let's keep moving. It's that kind of the people watching is intense. It's fun. That's for sure. I got down into the city on. They had to raise the bridges down in the city because apparently it got pretty congested in the Loop area, and they were like, we don't want to let any more people in. So they put up the bridges so that you couldn't get in and blocked off the streets. Well, there were some guys that needed to march in the parade that didn't even get to make it in time because before they put up the bridges, there were people, I guess, along the river walks, just like throwing bottles and stuff like that. It got kind of rowdy.
I was in the city. I was in the Loop the night before.
When I was down there by noon in certain areas, people were hammered at like noon.
Well, that's because you're hitting up the bar scene.
Yeah.
You're not hitting up the actual parade. So let's differentiate.
Right,
but
that's true.
I'm sure that there was plenty of, but you're in the reveling, like the college of age crowd.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was definitely, woo! woo.
Yeah.
You know?
Put that sticker on your butt.
That's
Take
correct.
a car bomb with me. You know,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That's the fun stuff. That's where I ask.
I was exhausted by the end of the day. You know, I did not.
So if there was one vision you had of the whole weekend, it was those girls lined up getting stickers on their butt. Yeah.
That probably, yeah. And,
right.
you know, and then a couple people falling down. Saw a couple of that.
Oh, that's a
you know.
no-brainer. Yeah, no doubt.
Saw a lot of
no
that.
streakers?
No streakers. Didn't see any of that. No.
You would think that St. Patrick's Day would be a good streaking day, don't you think?
Yeah, it would be actually.
Because, I mean, obviously any parade is good for streaking if you're...
But you've seen those guys...
If you're in the streaking
You ever
life.
seen those guys in the St. Patrick's Day parade that just like wear like a green bodysuit?
Yeah, the Green Man. But that's
Yeah.
that's been done. That was from It's Always Sunny. They had the Green Man episode. And then
Sure.
you see that guy at all the... No, I'm talking about a guy just
Completely naked.
Yeah, just nude, walking around, you know, with like a shamrock on his forehead, with like a Bud Light in his hand, you know.
Okay.
I'm sure, like, that's the one day of the
like
year.
Irish till I die on the back, written on the back of
Yeah,
his back.
like one of the things, I like, if you were just a nudist, right, and you were like, I'm just going to be the nudist for the day, people would go, ugh, you know. But if you were the St. Patrick's Day nudist, I think that the college of age audience,
Would love where he's showing up. He's like a tour.
yeah, they're forgiving of him. And the only reason they're forgiving of him is because he's put some green lipstick on his chest. It's that St. Patty's Day guy, you know.
Would you?
He's still a freaky pervert.
Would you book the St. Patrick's Day nudist to make an appearance at your bar?
If the police were not involved, yeah, why not? I mean, you could be the St. Patrick's Day nudist.
Walk in, you're like, hey, you wave to
sure-
everyone.
Yeah. I wonder if you could, like, that's a business you could start. The St. Patrick's Day
Absolutely.
nudist.
Looking to making some dough? You should probably think about this.
Right.
Patty, the St. Patrick's Day nudist.
You got to be ripped, though. You'd have to be, like, nice
Ectomorph.
looking.
Get it done. You could probably get, I don't know. I would imagine you couldn't get any more than $150 per appearance, though. They're kinda
Yeah,
like,
it's not
you
going
know.
to, no. Like, do you want to get a dancer or do you want to get Patty, the St. Patrick's Day nudist? Well,
How much is the Irish dancer?
all right.
$250.
300. How much is the St. Patrick's Day nudist? He's 150. Does he play any instruments? Does he do anything? Does he juggle? Does he whistle at the audience and invite them all to dance?
Yeah, no. He just comes in waves.
Well, you'd have to create an act.
You would.
You know,
Hey there. You know?
it would be, that would be a forgiving thing. Mike has a note. Impressions and startup?
Stand up.
Oh, stand up. I thought you said the St. Patrick's Day nudist was going to have a startup. Shows up over at 1871 Tech Incubator. I'm the startup nudist. How about that guy? All he does is pitch a startup idea nude wherever he goes.
Yeah.
What about an app about this? People are like, you're naked, sir.
Yeah.
I know.
You know who would have come in very, very handy on St. Patrick's Day?
Who?
The Don't Boys.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure, yeah. The Don't brothers, for sure. Dude, they would have been yelling don't to everybody.
Yep.
Don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I
I'm
didn't-
very relieved that it's done.
I went to a track meet. My daughter had her track meet on St. Patrick's Day. I was annoyed by that. I was like, oh, come on. Like, this is a holy day. I'm offended here.
Okay. Oh, come on.
And we had this track meet, and it was on the south side, and I was like, same day as the south side parade. I'm like, oh, we got to get on the Dan Ryan with all those drunk drivers now on the way home. I'm like, really? I thought it was just going to be a day of chill. But we went, and it was lovely. And my daughter Charlotte did really well. And actually it turned out to be kind of a nice way to spend the day away from all the festivities. Like I had already I had it out of my system, and it was like a nice quiet day.
I didn't have any corned beef and cabbage this year.
I
That's
didn't
the one
either.
thing I was regretting. I
Yeah.
missed it this year.
Well, you
There's
can always
always
get
next
it.
year,
You can call Harrington's and get it whenever you want.
Sure. Right down the street here where we do the show.
Absolutely. But yeah, so that was, nice quiet day. Charlotte did well. Ran into some people that I knew. Saw our cousin there. I was like, oh, okay, so maybe this is a St. Patrick's Day family gathering of sorts.
Sure. Okay.
We're all at the track and field house. And then you know who showed up?
Who?
Lori Lightfoot made an appearance.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Her daughter, her daughter was running in the meet.
Oh, that's right. She has a
Yeah.
daughter. I forgot. Yeah. Was anyone like Beetlejuice?
No, there was no yelling at her, no heckling. It's a family event. People aren't going to do that.
Sure.
Mike has a note. Did she have bodyguards? No, I think she was there with her wife who some may consider a bodyguard. She is considerably taller than Lori.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were there. And then they got mobbed by the girls in the meet.
Sure. Yeah. They were like, that's, the former mayor of Chicago.
They were starstruck by that. I was like, oh yeah, okay. But then the girls in the meet, like, to be honest, I kind of felt bad for Lori Lightfoot. I was like getting mobbed the whole time. She's like, all right, I'm just trying to watch.
She's sponsored to watch her daughter. Yeah.
Yeah. But the giggling girl's like, can we get your picture? You know what?
My dad hates you.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's how Lori Lightfoot probably feels. She's like, oh, yeah, I'm a novelty act, so these girls can put me on Tic-Tac later. Mm-hmm. Oh, where's the naked St. Patrick's Day nudist when you need him? Should have had him come with me.
He would be a good, diversion.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, look, everybody, it's Lori Lightfoot. Hey, there's a naked guy with a shamrock on his chest over there. He's telling everybody not to do stuff.
That would be a great way.
He has a great startup
Well,
idea.
if you were a guy that worked on political campaigns.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, we got a campaign after, during St. Patrick's Day. And a lot of the, I think on the south side, they make most of the politicians have to be in the back of the parade. Where on the north side, they're kind of up in the front and everything. But you could do a gig where if you were the guy, you were like, okay, we're going to show up at a certain amount of places. It could get dicey. We don't know what the reaction is going to be to our candidate. So we hire the St. Patrick's Day nudist.
It's the icebreaker.
We have him at our disposal that if it starts to get kind of, we throw him in.
Oh, he's with the Secret Service?
It's like, get the St. Patrick's Day nudist in here.
We need a diversion tactic. Get that naked guy out of the wagon and have him run through the room while we escort this guy out.
Exactly. So, that would be actually a good selling point.
Bill, you're thinking like a leader, like a global leader. What are we going to do when we get the president there? Maybe we get that naked guy to run through the room and we get the president out in just a couple seconds. Secret Service Billy.
The naked guy always gets people to be like, what? Some people are like, oh, God, I can't look. But they still put their head down or it always works anyway.
The guy who goes, oh, God, I can't look, but I'm looking. Oh, God, I can't look, but I'm looking.
I can't look.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Right. There is that guy who's like, someone's naked. What are they doing? I can't believe this is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know where you can always count on something great happening?
Where?
Fox's Pizza in Mokina in Orland Park. Greatness all around. They don't have any crazy naked St. Patrick's Day nudists run through.
No.
But they do have hot, sizzling pizza.
Yes, they do.
This show is presented by him. More Hooley's Houli when we return.
Chicago Southsiders have always known where to get the best pizza. For over a half-century, the Fox family has been creating that delicious thin crust za that your mouth will tell you, this can only be Fox's. It's a Chicago Beverly neighborhood institution at 99th and Western, as well as in South Suburban Orland Park, where they combine delicious food with an Irish pub ambiance. Fox's is owned by Tom and Frank Fox, whose parents, Frank and Therese, bought the Western Avenue location from Al Capone's sister back in 1964. The Fox family opened the doors to their Orland Park location in 1973 at 143rd and Ravinia Avenue. Chicagoans will recognize the stone turrets of their Irish castle, where great times have been celebrated for generations. Fox's is perfect for the whole family, pickup or delivery, or you can dine in, relax, and have a cocktail with your dinner. Whether it's steak, ribs, chicken, or especially pizza, it's all good. Having a party? Fox's also does catering. Call Fox's in Chicago's Beverly neighborhood at 773-239-3212 or in South Suburban Orland Park at 708-349-2111. Mention this show for a free toothpick.
Flood Brothers Disposal was started over 90 years ago by their grandfather. With more than 20 family members still involved with the day-to-day operations, the Floods are service-oriented and believe that the right way is the only way to do something. Flood Brothers is price competitive and still offers the personal touch in an industry-trending corporate. For client-centric service without all the corporate garbage, call Flood Brothers today for a quote on your solid waste, recycling, and yard waste collection services. Call Bob Flood today at 630-261-0400 or go online at floodbrothersdisposal.com.
With a history going all the way back to 1896, the International Union of Operating Engineers has continued to protect workers and their families with loyalty and brotherhood. Local 150 has continued to thrive through economic booms and busts with careful training and aggressive organizing. Under the leadership of President and Business Manager Jim Sweeney, Local 150 has implemented programs and action plans to create work, protect benefits, and keep members working. And they've been helping the Irish American community of Chicagoland for just as long. The Hibernian Radio Show is proud to be associated with Jim Sweeney and Local 150, and we salute the continuing efforts of the International Union of Operating Engineers and their support of Irish and Irish American families now and in the future. Thanks to Local 150.
Hey listeners, I know we don't talk about finance much on this show, outside maybe the amazing Bitcoin the Musical, which we currently have in development. But I do want to take a moment and tell you about two brothers who make this show possible and why you should consider having an honest conversation with them about the future of your finances. Mike and Dan Madden are the brains behind Madden Funds. They've been lifelong friends to Bill Clay and me, and we entrust the Maddens with our money and the precious donations of our listeners so we don't let outrageous ideas get the best of us. And you should too. Do yourself a favor and reach out to Dan or Mike Madden today to book a consultation on the future of your finances. If you have questions about your financial future or current situation, give them a call. The number is 708-848-3200. Again, that number is 708-848-3200. Or you can visit their website, Madden Funds, at www.maddenfunds.com. Again, www.maddenfunds.com.
And we're back. Hooley's second half of the program.
Yes.
Talking about St. Paddy's Day. It's
Yep.
over. It's behind us. Spring is upon us. March Madness is here at the end of March.
Right. It's weird this year, isn't it? Like I don't know. Like I thought March Madness, and I didn't look it up, but why it started a little later this year than what it normally does. It's usually like a week earlier.
All right, well,
maybe it's because Easter's falling on the 30th, 31st this year that they're doing it. I don't know.
Okay. But are you excited
Television ratings, that's what it's all about, folks.
for it? Yeah, sure. Why not? I'm into it. I'm deep into it. Because
Tonight is the first night of games. Last night was a playing game.
Yeah.
I did not get an opportunity to watch any of them yet, unfortunately.
we just got word that Kentucky got knocked off right away.
Bye-bye. So people are dancing.
By Oakland. You know Too Short is happy.
Oh,
You know?
yeah.
Wouldn't that be great if Oakland's theme song was Too Short's The Ghetto? Started playing as soon as they beat
They might be destined for the
Kentucky.
Final Four then.
Wouldn't it be? I don't know if they. Maybe if the NCAA evolves eventually, doesn't it seem like high school teams always have like their own song, like their entrance music? Like you pick a song, you know.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to my son Mike the other day, and I was like, "You think they'll let you have like a walk-up song for baseball this season?" This is stuff I would have dreamed of as a kid, you know. I would have been. I'm like, you got to start building your brand now. Just build that brand.
Yeah.
Authenticity. Be yourself.
Well, Clay was telling us last summer that his kids like had their own walk-up music on their team and everything.
Mikey already picked his out. It's called Snake Bit. It's on the WWE. It's Jake the Snake Roberts' victory music.
Oh,
It's got this kind of like Michael Mannish techno kind of sound to it.
Oh, so that's his walk-up?
Yeah, it's kind of it's a dope song. Can't play it, but
Nice.
anybody that wants to Google Jake the Snake Roberts theme music, go right ahead.
Yeah.
It'll make your afternoon. What I'm getting back to is it would be cool if the college teams
We had one.
but like it would be cool if there was the licensing would go down to let the networks actually hear that. You know, like when if a team could win, like, you know, like, and all of a sudden you have a deal set with the arena, like, oh, if Kentucky wins, you have to play this song right away, or if so and so wins, please play that song.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool because the teams always pick a weird. It's not like a common song that everybody. Sometimes it's a pop culture favorite, right? But typically, like when the White Sox won, what was it? Journey's "Don't Stop Believing" was the big one,
Right.
And then I believe like MC Hammer got behind the Reds when they were winning years ago.
No, I
think.
thought it was the A's.
Or maybe it was the A's.
Too
Yeah, because he
legit
was
to quit.
Yeah, he was a bat boy. That's right. Well, I want to bring that back this spring. Note to all the sports marketing executives: every team in the tournament gets a song, and there should be maybe an NCAA compilation disc that comes out with everybody's song on it.
Does the St.
Like
Patrick's
just call it
Day-
March Madness 2024, and it's like the Montana Grizzlies. Their song was
Oh, I don't know. Montana Grizzlies?
it was Rico Suave was their song.
Oh, okay.
No, Rico Suave was an act. What was the name of his song?
Well,
was it Rico
Gerardo
Suave?
was the
Oh,
actor.
yeah, that's it.
was the
Thank
guy.
you. God damn. Everybody just calls him Rico Suave.
Gerardo.
It's Gerardo. We've spoken to him before.
Yeah. He's had quite their career, Gerardo.
I forgot. I lost my train of thought. Gerardo just farted in my brain.
Talking about theme music.
I was talking about theme music, yeah, but I had a more important point to make. Regardless, marketing execs, do it, put it together, put a disc out. March Madness 2024, you know.
Did you fill out any brackets?
I did not. I feel bad about it.
No, I didn't.
And I'm an avid FanDuel guy. Hashtag FanDuel.
Yeah. I did not fill out any brackets either. It's kind of strange. I didn't even do any square pools this
I'm
year.
following for the first time ever the NIT, which I never usually follow. It's always been NCAA.
Because gambling makes the NIT much more entertaining
It
than
absolutely.
it
Yeah, all
ever
of a
was
sudden it's
before.
like, do you like the National Invitation Tournament?
Like, yeah, the teams that kind of stink, so anything can happen.
Well,
you can do crazy parlays.
No, the reality is I followed all of college basketball this season. That the teams in the NIT are not bad. They're not. Like there's all kinds of goofy things that go into why you get selected to be the 64 in the actual tournament,
Sure.
in the NCAA tournament.
Right.
But the NIT, these teams they're strong. I mean, they either finished first or second in their conference, all of them.
So who was your pick for the NIT? How many are in the NIT? Is it 64 in the NIT too?
I'm not certain.
I don't think so.
I think it's 32.
Okay.
I didn't make a pick. I don't have any picks. It's a daily pick on the parlay card. You know, who dies today? They do.
It's 32.
32. That's
so
what I thought.
Thank you, Mike. So is there, like, I guess the NIT is also going on on like opposite days that the
Correct.
Oh, so there's still every day to bet college basketball left for the next 2 weeks, huh?
Yeah, but the payout's not as big for me because I'm one of those degenerate guys that puts $5 a day down on like a 14 or 15 leg parlay. I just want to hit it big.
Yeah.
I'm not going to start concentrating on chipping on $200 and $300 bets. That's when things get a little bit dangerous.
Sure.
So no. But that's what stinks is that as the games dwindle down, I'm gonna have to start integrating baseball into the basketball parlay now.
Okay.
Good time of year to bet baseball.
Well, opening
Wide
day is
open.
next week. Opening day is next week for the Sox. It is on Thursday, and then the Cubs open on April 1st. I
Yeah,
believe.
no one's really excited about the White Sox this year in town. Everyone's just kind of.
I did get my fresh lid in the mail for this season.
In the mail.
I might.
You on a mailing list with Sox?
I ordered it online, but I might. I might burn it by July. I don't know.
No. That's sacrilege.
I'll still wear it and support my team. Even as I scream and yell all summer long too, probably about them.
You know what? The Sox hat, they made a documentary on it last year. It doesn't even matter if the Sox are garbage. That's a pop culture hat. That's what I think.
Yeah.
You could be wearing that hat in any city, but no one's going to come up to you and go, do you like the White Sox?
Are you upset about Tony La Russa?
I'd be like, no.
Are you upset about Kenny Williams?
I'm like, no, I was an NWA fan. I like Ice Cube. I like Eazy.
Sure.
Like Snoop. This is a pop culture thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't get excited for the Sox at all. I hope maybe they can fill the stands with kids of college of age and they can have lots of Modelos and maybe put some naked guys running around the field.
Yeah, you got to get more.
Then we're talking about a team I might go
Bill
watch.
Veeck. Yeah, we'll hire the naked nudist. We'll call him the White Sox naked nudist. We'll have him out. Kind of like what Andy the Clown was.
Yeah, all he does is, but he
you
wears a sock around his junk and just runs
He's
around.
a white sock, mind you. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's a white sock.
And then he's got a player's name written on his back. Like it's a jersey.
Right.
Only it's just I might say Guillen 13 on his back, but he's totally naked. Every game
You're getting all art directory on
every
me now.
game. Yeah, because if you're gonna have the naked nudist, then he's gonna be at every game.
Got to draw something out of him.
No, it'd be like, okay, on Tuesday he's got to wear an Ivan Calderon. We gotta put.
Old historic White Sox players.
Correct, but their names are there's like a body painter that's doing that for his back.
Oh, okay.
And then he wears the sock around
this
his
is
junk.
becoming
and
an
then-
expensive endeavor now. Now you got to hire a body painter guy. He's got to get painted on the field in warm-ups.
You just get a couple marketing interns to do that.
Yeah. Who's
Yeah.
painting the naked guy today? I need you to put a Steve Sachs jersey on him.
Yep.
Game starts in 30. Joe Jackson's
be a-
birthday. He was a Black Sox. So yeah, on Shoeless Joe's birthday,
Yeah, he
it's
wears
a black sock.
Yeah, there you go.
See, I like the idea and where it's going. The only thing that concerns me about it is that it's not inclusive. So we're going to have, do you have to have a white guy or a black guy or
Doesn't matter.
Is there a woman can yeah, I guess you're right. It doesn't matter because the socks if it's covering your genitalia,
That's correct.
it doesn't really imply that there's anything under it, does it?
Right.
Well, then we're in a safe zone to make money.
Correct.
Right.
Lots of ways to make money here.
Chicago White Sox released a statement. Nudist mascot is genderless.
Right.
Everyone approves.
Sure.
Genderless White Sox mask nudist will be wearing a Carlton Fisk jersey on Bat Day.
Don't
On
think
the
it's.
17th.
Don't think that's not too far off.
That's what they should be doing.
It's great marketing.
I'm calling out them right now. You guys want to have fun this season? Start getting nuts.
Start getting naked. Right.
Oh, that wouldn't the irony be if that guy takes over all the focus of the team, and all of a sudden instead of the kids can play, it says get naked, and like they're just marketing towards that guy. Yeah, go to the park and see this lunatic every night.
Yeah. Come join us for the Yankees when the naked nudist is wearing the Carlton Fisk jersey.
Right.
Or not wearing it, but it's body painted to his back.
Right.
It's just his back, though. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's like...
I understand. I got it. I got it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just want the audience to know.
It's a nudist-themed episode tonight. It always goes there, doesn't it? Well, it is. That's been what's been going on in my life. Oh, spring break this week. My kids are going to be home.
Yeah. There's probably a lot of parents.
We're not going anywhere.
Anxiety.
There's going to be some. I'm sure there'll be some moaning. How come we're not going to Florida? Everybody else goes to Florida. Everybody else. I'm like, yeah. The naked nudist idea has not sold yet, and the bank account's a little bit in flux right now.
Right.
So we're staying home. Mm-hmm. Help me on the idea tank.
Yeah.
But they're going to be home, so that'll be. Got to figure out something for them to do.
Yeah.
Where are we going to go? It's got to be an event. It is a break of sorts, right? These kids get so much school off, though.
I know.
It's nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah, I don't remember having 4 or 5 day weekends like
consistently, like all the time.
Yeah.
It's drives me crazy. And my ex was like, "Oh, well, maybe we should put the kids in camps,"
Yeah.
And I've already spoken to this. I was like, "No, don't bother. It's a waste of money. Those camps those 1 week camps in the spring."
Yeah.
It's like some hungover college kid like, "Yeah, right, guys. Play dashball for a couple hours,"
Mm-hmm.
And while that's nice and it gets them out of the house, it's not worth blowing $150 a day on it.
No.
It's like a camp for these kids is going to cost like $500 or $600. Nah, guys, just go play back in the backyard. But the thing is, these kids are so sheltered now. Nobody just goes I just want to be like, and my son Mike's probably at the age now where I can cut him loose a little bit. He's 9.
Yeah.
Go outside, walk around, go down the block, walk down to your friend's house. So maybe we'll get that. Maybe that'll be the big icebreaker this spring break, a little more freedom.
Okay.
We're at the point where we have to leave the radio listeners.
Yeah.
Then you can follow us in podcast land if you go to hibernianradio.org or you go to iTunes and search for Hooley's Hooley Show. We'll see you on the other side after this. Oh,
yeah.
Hooley's Hooley, welcome back. Second half of the program. We're in podcast land.
We
now.
are. Welcome to podcast land.
Welcome. We got a new idea for everybody. White
Right.
Sox are going to have a new guy this year. The naked nudist.
Right. And
Not just the nudist. The naked nudist.
that's right.
And he's going to wear a sock on his genderless body.
Does he have
keep that ambiguous.
Does he have a nickname? I mean, he's known as the naked nudist, but do they call him like?
He has to have a gender
how they-
neutral name.
Right. So like there's Southpaw. What would be a good gender neutral name that you could call him?
Mike has a great name. Socko.
Socko.
Yeah. Socko. Yes.
I love it, Mike. Everybody, Socko.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, please
Saki?
divert your attention to the center field bleachers for Socko. And then, like
Death metal starts playing.
It's not like Skid Row or something starts cranked out, 18 in life.
He walks out of the bullpen with, like, we were saying at the break, he's got, like, white Jordans on.
Yeah.
He's completely naked. He's shaved. We said that.
Totally shaved. Completely shaved.
But then you were thinking maybe long hair might be a nice touch.
Well, we were thinking about...
We can't discriminate, though, because there's bald guys that want to try out for this part, too, They could be just as great as a Socko as the guy with the really long hair.
Thank you. You sound like an agent. Well, you'd be just as good. And, tomato.
Yeah, this isn't about what's downstairs because we're gender neutral.
Right. He's genderless.
Right.
Doesn't matter. Give him long hair, no hair, whatever. It's what's in here. Is he going to perform? Is he going to rile up this crowd when we're losing 10-2?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he might,
Yeah.
doing cartwheels.
Is he a gymnast?
I think he would have to be a gymnast. We want him to do flips and things like that.
So he's like a male cheerleader, essentially, but he's naked.
Yeah, Socko.
Yeah.
And he's painted on some days. And he's also publicly hosed down. Before
in the 7th inning, he's publicly hosed down.
Yeah, he's down. One of the bat boys sprays him with delousing stuff, and then they fire a hose at him.
Right after God Bless America.
Yeah.
It's like, get the fire department out here with the hose, have it hooked up, get ready.
Yeah, the billboard says, Socko is clean. Clean socks.
He stands up against it, and every time when he gets hit, it gets hit like a cannon. And he just starts spinning around the infield.
You lost me
goes
there.
Nuts.
Now he's spinning around, he's flipping. This is all marketing department stuff, but Socko.
I love it.
It's a crazy idea, but you said, now does he have to be barefoot, or do we get endorsement? Do we get a shoe deal for Socko?
We gotta get the shoe deal.
You get celebrities to appear with Socko.
I said Jordans, but you're right. It's got to be a certain shoe, or I don't know, and I went Jordans right away for the most popular brand we can think of, but
I think Socko is
maybe Mizuno. You have to get a baseball brand involved. I don't.
You're like, hey, well, we might have to go Japanese here. Maybe Mizuno or something like that. I don't think Nike's going to touch Socko.
No.
Not unless he's scoring 60 a game.
But he is genderless, so Nike might be like, okay, we get it.
He's human, though. He's not we got to keep him human.
Right, yeah.
There's no furry mascot that we're just going to call Socko and put a sock over his junk. We're not doing that.
Does Socko wrestle southpaw and stuff like that?
That's possible. I don't think he wrestles him. I think they're rivals because he's like, you're a furry and I'm a nudist.
Oh, right. They hate each other?
Yeah, they don't like each other. He's like, get out of here, dude.
Do you think they ever have southpaw races Socko, from home plate to center field?
A Socko smokes him every time.
Yeah.
Trips him. Socko's mean. He's kind of southside, He spits on him and trips him.
We were saying it would be great if Socko could smoke, but that would,
Yeah, it's too bad that cigarettes are not looked on kindly by sports anymore.
You ever going to games when we were kids and people
it's
just
too
be
bad
smoking?
We can't have the mascot smoking, because it would have added so much more to him.
You ever watch those minor league games that they have, for the Savannah Bananas?
Sure. Yeah.
It's like a whole theatrical performance.
See, they would embrace Socko. That's right up their alley.
Yeah.
Somewhere. A little dicey, a little bit more dangerous.
You know what? You should reach out to
Mike
Vack and say, hey, Socko for the Joliet Jackhammers this season, maybe?
It's not it's the Slammers, isn't it?
Oh, the Joliet Slammers, is that it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, Socko?
Call Night Train Vac up and go, hey, what do you think about this Socko idea? Have this guy run around on a field with sock over his junk. But
he's genderless.
He's genderless.
I'm sure these conversations were something that took place at the Vac household every evening. Somebody had a new idea or maybe something like that.
I don't doubt it. There's a great movie that I talked about earlier this year called it's called The Saint of
St. Paul or whatever.
Yeah, it's about Mike Vack. It's great. It's narrated by I think Jeff Daniels is the narrator.
Okay.
It's very good. Anyway, you're right.
So opening day for is next week. I know that's a big deal for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Especially because I think they're going to stink this year. So it might be the one game that you can go to where they actually don't stink yet because there's still no record. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That movie's called The Saint of Second Chances.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you, Mike. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, perfect time this year, like, because everybody is anticipating that the Sox are going to stink.
Yeah.
Why not start going to those Joliet Slammers games and getting, and seeing what that experience has to offer, especially in these economic times now.
Yeah.
I mean, the ballpark's probably out of most people's league. The team's not going to be very good.
Sure.
It's like, remember last time I went, no matter who you're going to go see in Major League Baseball, for a middle class family, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
It's a big hit.
Sure is.
So maybe you do start seeing these, like, some of our affiliate little pro teams around here taking off.
Yeah.
And Mike has a note for me. But I am excited for it. The dogs, yeah.
Right.
You got the dogs out here is that Rosemont that they play? The Chicago Dogs.
Well, you're going to be going to a lot of games this year.
You got the Schaumburg Boomers. There's a lot of teams.
I thought it was the Flyers.
No, it's the Boomers.
Okay. You're going to be going to a lot of games this year.
Yeah, I am.
Because of your son.
Because of the traveling baseball season.
Yeah.
This is my first season where it's like a club team and not
72 game seasons.
This is travel time. Like, you go away on the weekends and
They play like 3 games a day.
Yep. And we'll see how that works out. I know one of our producers, Billy over here, Billy Wooten, he's well aware of that life.
Uh-huh.
He says it's fun. Beware to get hit in your wallet pretty hard, though. That's what I'm.
This is one of my friends. She told me the same thing. She says it's
the traveling sports is like what?
She's like, when you finally get the schedule, and then you have to map out the summer, and you start looking at the destinations of where they need to go, the hotels that you might have to book.
Yeah,
like you're like, oh my god, this is going to be like $7,000. You know. The food, the gas, I mean, like, everything is it's a lot.
I'll tell you what, I might have to get a job as Socko for that team. If it's going to be that much.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm Mike's dad, but I'm wondering, if I run around the field naked with a sock on and, wave around the air and yell the name of the team, can he play for free?
Well, you got to be creative, too, with some of this stuff. Because, like, sometimes they might be like, well, it's a 9-hour drive. And then you're like, ugh, and then you're like, how much was a flight? And
that's going to cost a lot of anxiety.
She was telling me, she was like, a flight.
A flight? We're not flying the kid to go play a travel baseball game.
It's like, I don't want to drive 9 hours. How much is the flight? And then some of these flights can get up to like $400, and you're like, per person. So you're like, holy cow. I mean, round trip. So you're like, now it just cost me $800 to get here. And then the other thing she did say is,
I would just opt out.
The
train, we're not playing in that game.
You could jump on the train with a sleeper car, and those are like $50. So it costs you like $100 for each person there. That might be the way to fly. I liked that idea.
Well, it sounds like this person you're alluding to plays for a minor league baseball team. I don't think it's going to be 8 or 9 hour drives, just yet at least.
Well, her son's almost in high school, so they're playing, it's a much more competitive league, I'm sure of it.
Because if that's the case, I'm just going to be like, we're not going. No.
Yeah.
If it's going to hit my pocketbook, like, oh, you're taking a flight, I'd be like, not unless we're like the best team in the state. If this is just a club team that scheduled a game against another club team in Iowa, the answer is no.
It's a big, I didn't realize.
How many kids are on this team? 25? They'll be fine.
I didn't realize that all these club sports now for kids is a huge
big business.
Well, for the parents, it's an incredible commitment now. Like when we were growing up, it was just like go to the ballpark, play with your buddies. We'll see you back here by 6 o'clock for dinner.
You didn't play
you're at a game.
You didn't play on a traveling club team unless you were like chosen. It wasn't like, hey, my kid's pretty good. I think we'll get them involved in this. Like there were gatekeepers who were like, no, you guys aren't good.
They
enough.
still have to try out. I'm told for the team, but you can,
not all of them.
No, some of them you can just cut them a check and say, let's go.
That's right, sir. You want to play, you want to play.
Okay. And it's all about the level of competition versus what you're going to see maybe in your own neighborhood
house league or whatever.
Yeah,
maybe. I think it's just about kids who like to play. They want to play more games. You got to find another outlet for them to play more.
Yeah, good point.
A lot of those house leagues are only like 10 games. Some of these kids want to play 30 or 40 games a summer. You got to get them in a private league to do that, like a club team.
I would have liked that more too, though, if I could play like 30 for like when we were growing up.
Well, for the kids, it's probably a blast because of the camaraderie that goes on, and it's just this journey of like 2 months of fun.
Right.
For the adults, it's rather exhausting, especially if you're working and going to all the games.
Well,
you're like, all right, this is fun. You can't make every game.
You don't drink, so
No.
I mean, some of the parents are just like, well,
yeah, they're popping Coors Lights off like, woo!
Yeah, they're like, we're here for the whole weekend.
Right. Where's Socko at?
Gonna sit here in my reclining chair.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I'm sitting there baking in the sun, drinking a Gatorade, like
with a lit cigarette.
Cigarette and Gatorade.
We're gonna get a cheeseburger around here.
Yeah. So yeah, that's on the agenda. And then school's ending soon for my kids too, so that's on the back of my brain.
Yep.
And like all of a sudden, I complained about winter, I was bored of it, and then all of a sudden, now it's spring's here. Now the anxiety that hits me is going, I haven't done anything I said I was going to do yet. Like spring's already here. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Sneaks on you.
And all of a sudden, I'm like, the kids are going to be home in the summer during the day, and I work from home. I'm like, am I going to get any work done?
Uh-huh.
What am I going to do?
Yeah. How do I get them out of my house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my anxiety right now.
Understandable.
When the parade ended, did you celebrate by yourself at all? Like everything had just evaporated, all that pressure of sales
I went
fell
back.
off.
I mean, the pressure on that wasn't off. I think it was just the anxiety of the whole, like, going into it. You're like, oh, I know what this entails.
Your industry is probably the only industry that has that anxiety for that holiday, for St. Patrick's Day. That's like a retail holiday. Like it's probably the same way that people who work in retail feel about the Christmas season. They're like, I hope it's busy. I hope we hit our quota. I hope people shop here this year.
I think it's only if you have now, because I've worked in a distributorship for a long time now, where it's different when you have 10 different Irish, brands that you might have to sell. Right?
Yeah.
Rather than when you're just selling one for your current, then the pressure seems a little bit more intensified.
For you, because you're just dedicated to one.
To one, yeah. But for everybody else, they're just like, I don't think the anxiety is that high for that. But I think it is for people that might work for, say, a supplier side of business.
All right. You're getting too technical now.
Yeah, well, it's much more... the suppliers care more about certain times of the year rather than the distributor. The distributors care too, but there's more pressure by the supplier. But that's
I get it. Because that sucks when it's supposed to be a holiday that's supposed to be fun, and then all of a sudden every year you look at it like this big pressure cooker.
I'm like, I'm actually dreaming of the day where I don't have anything to do on St. Patrick's Day. Nothing. There's not. I don't know if that'll ever happen in my lifetime.
St. Billy's Day. When is St. Billy's Day?
The day after St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
It's the 18th.
So it's St. Patrick's, St. Billy's, and then St. Joseph's?
Yeah. Did you do... Oh, by the way, did you do anything for St. Joseph's Day?
No.
That was just this past week here.
No. I wanted to go to a table. I didn't make it out.
Yeah, I didn't either. I'm kicking myself about it.
Yeah. We celebrated our birthday. We just turned 44 years old.
We did. We had the birthday.
Most people wouldn't want to say, how old are you? I don't care at this point.
Yeah, getting up there, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't get as pumped about birthdays anymore as I used to. Actually, although how some people really go nuts about their birthday?
Yeah. What do you mean, proclaim? Next week's my birthday, everybody. Make sure you know it's my
everybody
birthday.
know. Everybody needs to know. They pump it up everywhere they go. My birthday's this. My birthday's this. You better be there for my birthday. I don't really care.
Where do you think that comes from? Do you think that's do people who do that, were they spoiled on their birthday as kids, where all of a sudden now they feel like the birthday is a real big deal to them? Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. It's a good point.
You wouldn't be offended if somebody didn't know it was your birthday.
No.
Or didn't call you, right?
No, I don't care about that kind of stuff. I mean,
unless it was a close family member.
Close friends, it's always nice to get a text from a close friend, who's like, oh, it's your birthday.
It's always nice to get a text from a close friend.
Yeah. But, I'm not the guy that looks at somebody that I work with that didn't know it was my birthday and being like, it's my birthday, man.
Well,
you really dropped the ball here.
There are people that, if they're at work, remember the birthday parties in corporate life where everyone comes out and brings the birthday cake?
See, I didn't really have to partake in any of that stuff because we're on the streets all the time for work. But you were,
You're signing a card for, want to sign Pedro's card? And you're like, who? Like, it's the guy who's due south of you about 6 cubicles. You got to write a note like
you rock, Pedro.
Right. Yeah, right.
Happy birthday.
Right. You remind me of Socko. Love, Pat.
Yeah.
We got to take a commercial break. More Hooley's Houli when we return. Flood Brothers Disposal was started over 90 years ago by their grandfather. With more than 20 family members still involved with the day-to-day operations, the Floods are service-oriented and believe that the right way is the only way to do something. Flood Brothers is price competitive and still offers the personal touch in an industry-trending corporate. For client-centric service without all the corporate garbage, call Flood Brothers today for a quote on your solid waste, recycling, and yard waste collection services. Call Bob Flood today at 630-261-0400 or go online at floodbrothersdisposal.com.
Chicago Southsiders have always known where to get the best pizza on earth, Fox's Pizza. For over a half-century, the Fox family has been creating that delicious thin crust za that your mouth will tell you, this can only be Fox's. It's a Chicago Beverly neighborhood institution at 99th and Western, as well as in South Suburban Orland Park, where they combine delicious food with an Irish pub ambiance. Fox's is owned by Tom and Frank Fox, whose parents, Frank and Therese, bought the Western Avenue location from Al Capone's sister back in 1964. The Fox family opened the doors to their Orland Park location in 1973 at 143rd and Ravinia Avenue. Chicagoans will recognize the stone turrets of their Irish castle, where great times have been celebrated for generations. Fox's is perfect for the whole family, pickup or delivery, or you can dine in, relax, and have a cocktail with your dinner. Whether it's steak, ribs, chicken, or especially pizza, it's all good. Having a party? Fox's also does catering. Call Fox's in Chicago's Beverly neighborhood at 773-239-3212 or in South Suburban Orland Park at 708-349-2111. Mention this show for a free toothpick.
Hey listeners, I know we don't talk about finance much on this show, outside maybe the amazing Bitcoin the musical, which we currently have in development. But I do want to take a moment and tell you about two brothers who make this show possible and why you should consider having an honest conversation with them about the future of your finances. Mike and Dan Madden are the brains behind Madden Funds. They've been lifelong friends to Bill Clay and me, and we entrust the Maddens with our money and the precious donations of our listeners so we don't let outrageous ideas get the best of us. And you should too. Do yourself a favor and reach out to Dan or Mike Madden today to book a consultation on the future of your finances. If you have questions about your financial future or current situation, give them a call. The number is 708-848-3200. Again, that number is 708-848-3200, or you can visit their website, Madden Funds, at www.maddenfunds.com. Again, maddenfunds.com.
And we're back, Hooley's Houli.
Yeah. You were talking about corporate birthday parties?
Oh, yeah, before the break. Corporate birthday party. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a corporate birthday, and then there's the startup birthday party, which is a little different.
Really?
Yeah, those are companies that have birthday parties that tend to get a little racier, a little more edgy.
What do you mean by that?
Well, because they're not governed yet by a holding company.
or so it looks like the Wolf of Wall Street or something?
I wouldn't go that far. Not that far.
Okay.
But yeah, I do remember having those birthday parties where, every day, especially as the company grew, we'd go from 50 to 100 people. And I was part of one of those startups that got big like that.
Yeah.
Every day, someone, the HR person would come around the office, sign JoJo's card. You'd be like, mm-hmm.
JoJo, who works at the startup?
JoJo startup.
Okay.
Great character.
And what's the corporate one more like?
The corporate one is more like it's just within your team. You know?
Sure.
So you'd be sitting at your cube, and you'd hear people singing.
Oh yeah.
And you'd look over, and you'd see people at a couple of TPs over, all huddled up and singing to their friend.
Do you like it when people sing to you?
Yeah.
It's an honest question.
When people sing to me, I haven't had too many people sing to me personally.
You've never had anybody serenade you? I mean, you've had people sing to you, but all of it. Do you like it?
No, I don't. I'll tell you this much. I don't mind people that are singing to me amongst other people that are watching.
If some beautiful woman sang a song to you.
No, that's different.
You like that or no?
You like that or no? What is this? Like this is like 2:00 in the prison cell talk. You know? You ever had someone sing?
Hey,
to
you
like
ever
that
had
or no?
anybody sing to you? You like that or no?
Yeah. Yeah, while you're rubbing your nipples, you like that or no?
What do you think they're serving for lunch tomorrow?
Yeah, right.
You want to meet me in the yard for a smoke?
Right. Are you bullying?
Stinks in here.
Yeah, it smells like someone's singing. Anyway, yeah, do I like if someone sings to me? Getting back to the original question.
Yeah.
God damn, it's the weirdest question ever.
It's an honest question. Some people love it. They're like, yeah, I love it when people sing to me.
Here's the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like people
I
singing.
mean, what do you think going to a concert is? Everyone loves being sung to.
Yeah, you're being sung.
But I'm saying like personal, like it's about you.
Like if
you.
someone comes up and sings to you, do I like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Mike says, like in a musical.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not a. If it's someone I like, maybe I'll be like, oh, that's sweet. That's nice of you. Thank you. You know, and only if they're real good.
Yeah.
You know, if they're a very good singer and it's their talent and their thing, then it's more special, right? But oftentimes, like I've had a guy come up to me before, you know, and he's like, do you want to hear my version of the Clancy Brothers on guitar? You know? And I'm like, no, dude. You know, I wrote a song. Can I sing it for you? I want to sing my song for you. Yeah. It's all about the Chicago Bulls. You know? Yeah. No, dude. I don't want to hear it at all.
What do they call those things where you know
that happens because you'll tell a guy, be like, oh yeah, I work in the arts. I have a radio show. I've produced films, stuff like that. You know? I'm a musician. Oh, really? Can I sing you something? No. Who am I? You know?
Yeah.
What am I?
What's the same way of being like, I like to do in comedy. Want to hear a joke?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no.
What do they call the things that where people would ring your doorbell and it'd be like a chick singing like happy birthday, you know?
Oh, like a singing telegram.
A telegram, I guess, right? Would you like that if someone sent you like? I mean, essentially that's what. The new
like at Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I heard that you were feeling ill, headache, fever, and a chill.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind if it was her.
Right.
If it was Socko, I'd be kind of like,
yeah. What if Socko rang your doorbell?
Right.
You know, he's doing telegrams.
Caroler, Mike doesn't know.
Do you like carolers? Like, do carolers embarrass you?
Do carolers embarrass you? Especially around kids at the college age kids.
Yeah.
You don't see too many carolers anymore.
Like if you were sitting there with like a girl like on a park bench, all of a sudden like 10 carolers just jumped up around her and they were like, "We wish you a Merry Christmas, would you be like, get out of here? Or would you be like, no? Or would you sit there and be like, cool?
I'd probably get into it and go, okay, cool. You know, very nice. You know,
okay, good.
Okay, cool. You know,
have you ever been?
That would be my exact response.
Have you ever been a
and then
caroler?
I'd pop a Mentos. You know,
have you ever been a caroler before?
Have you ever been a caroler? This is the weirdest thing. You like being sung to? You ever been a caroler?
Yeah.
Tell me where you grew up again.
Yeah.
They have singing in that part of the country.
Yeah. You like Christmas?
You're not going number 2 down there, are you?
Yeah.
Doesn't smell too sweet up in here.
What are you in for again?
Right. What kind of drugs did you deal? Anybody singing to you? No.
Yeah. Do you think that the singing telegram guy in jail lasts? Or does he get shanked?
I don't think there is a singing telegram guy in jail. That's like a guard who comes up and goes, "It's your turn to take a shower. Line up, boys, and get in the showers. And then we're going to the commissary."
Yeah. They probably love that guy.
The singing guard, they hate that guy. I don't think that.
Or if you had like a really bad, cellmate, you're like, I can't wait till the singing guard gets here so this guy can stop staring at me.
The singing guard would be like a guard who would just do it because he was mean, like Hadley in Shawshank Redemption, you know? Like,
okay.
Line up, boys, it's your day to go to the electric chair. Just evil. Anyway, we're at the end.
Are we really? Did it go by that fast?
Pretty close, yeah.
Holy cow. Yeah. Well, I didn't see any people singing on St. Patrick's. Actually, I did. Yes.
You didn't see anyone singing?
On St. Patrick's Day? people were singing.
It's a singing holiday.
Well, you get some drinks in people, and they like to sing. I was guilty of it, too.
You got any April Fool's Day pranks coming up?
Man, I just thought about that.
You got to start thinking of them.
Yeah.
I'll start it. We have to leave.
We do want to give our condolences. We lost a friend of ours this week, suddenly.
Yep.
At 47 years old.
Sean Fagan. 2 kids under the age of 8.
Yeah.
It was very sad.
He was in our film Tapioca with us.
He was indeed.
Gone too soon. Rest in peace, Sean.
Yep.
See you on the other side.
Yep. Go to the doctor. Get a checkup as you're getting older. Keep an eye on your health.
Absolutely.
You never know.
Embrace every day, even if you want to be Socko.
If you want to
be a singer.
That's right. Thank the sponsors again.
Yeah.
Flood Brothers Disposal, Fox's Pizza out in Orland and Mokina.
Yep.
Madden Funds, and Guinness Irish Stout. Until next week.
We'll see you. Bye.
Bye. Flood Brothers Disposal was started over 90 years ago by their grandfather. With more than 20 family members still involved with the day-to-day operations, the Floods are service-oriented and believe that the right way is the only way to do something. Flood Brothers is price competitive and still offers the personal touch in an industry-trending corporate. For client-centric service without all the corporate garbage, call Flood Brothers today for a quote on your solid waste, recycling, and yard waste collection services. Call Bob Flood today at 630-261-0400 or go online at floodbrothersdisposal.com.
Chicago Southsiders have always known where to get the best pizza on earth, Fox's Pizza. For over half century, the Fox family has been creating that delicious thin crust za that your mouth will tell you, this can only be Fox's. It's a Chicago Beverly neighborhood institution at 99th and Western, as well as in South Suburban Orland Park, where they combine delicious food with an Irish pub ambiance. Fox's is owned by Tom and Frank Fox, whose parents, Frank and Therese, bought the Western Avenue location from Al Capone's sister back in 1964. The Fox family opened the doors to their Orland Park location in 1973 at 143rd and Ravinia Avenue. Chicagoans will recognize the stone turrets of their Irish castle, where great times have been celebrated for generations. Fox's is perfect for the whole family, pickup or delivery, or you can dine in, relax, and have a cocktail with your dinner. Whether it's steak, ribs, chicken, or especially pizza, it's all good. Having a party? Fox's also does catering. Call Fox's in Chicago's Beverly neighborhood at 773-239-3212 or in South Suburban Orland Park at 708-349-2111. Mention this show for a free toothpick.
Hey listeners, I know we don't talk about finance much on this show, outside maybe the amazing Bitcoin the musical, which we currently have in development. But I do want to take a moment and tell you about 2 brothers who make this show possible and why you should consider having an honest conversation with them about the future of your finances. Mike and Dan Madden are the brains behind Madden Funds. They've been lifelong friends to Bill Clay and me, and we entrust the Maddens with our money and the precious donations of our listeners so we don't let outrageous ideas get the best of us. And you should too. Do yourself a favor and reach out to Dan or Mike Madden today to book a consultation on the future of your finances. If you have questions about your financial future or current situation, give them a call. The number is 708-848-3200. Again, that number is 708-848-3200, or you can visit their website, Madden Funds, at www.maddenfunds.com. Again, maddenfunds.com.